Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I'm Will, and I'm joined by my co-host over here, the Grease. Say hello, Grease.
Hey, everybody.
What does your shirt say?
It says certified hot dogologist.
Hot dogologist, and it has a big old hot dog on it.
Yeah.
Where would one buy a shirt like
Well,
that?
we can ask Zach.
Oh, he brought it for you.
Yeah.
He's a hot dogologist.
Yeah.
You know what? It is on brand for Zach to bring you that shirt.
Well, he also
and for you to wear that shirt. So I think everyone's
And I mean, if you want to pause, your video and QR code that. Oh, shit.
Are you kidding me? He sent you this QR code?
No, he didn't send it to me.
I mean, he gave it to you. He sent it by himself.
No, he freaking wore it to my dadgum party.
All right, scan me.
No, just scan the video, Will.
Oh, that's smart.
It's in front of you. Good Lord.
All right, it's the Angel Fire site.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, give me that. Hold that up again. I got to take a picture and I'll send it to Logan.
What?
Just hold that up again. That's hilarious. So for those of you listening, it's a red shirt, and on the back it says "Scan Me," and it's a QR code, and it goes to Grease's Angel Fire site from his old band days. That's a great shirt.
Which might as well be a bullseye. That was a band.
It was a band.
It was not a band.
It was a band. The site says otherwise, Grease. You can't take things off the internet. Oh man, you're on the stupid Wi-Fi.
Oh no, hang on, please hold.
It doesn't work. You messed it up last time.
I did.
Yeah, when you tried to do that.
No, I think it was the camera.
What?
I think it was the camera.
Oh, you're saying that's on the camera?
No.
Well, anyhow, I hope you all are doing fine and dandy tonight. I'm having a great time. Grease had a birthday party. We had some fun people show up that were podcasters and such. Preston Adcock was there. Zach Jones was there. Adam Shelton were there.
Is it Zach Jones or Zachary Jones?
Well, I mean, it says Zach Jones on his YouTube name.
Well,
so I'm literally looking at it right there.
Okay, so he's just playing it like
Kim and Mark were here.
Facebook is like a legal name or something.
Kim and Mark were here.
Oh, dude, Kim flew from Denver.
Right, and drove from Texas to pick her up at the airport.
Right. Well,
like a gentleman.
No, I'm pretty sure he was forced. I'm pretty sure Kim said, "You're picking me up in Tennessee."
Yeah.
Flights are cheaper.
So we're talking about
Texas.
We're talking about Grease's birthday party where we had a bunch of good folks show up. There's a glass Grease has in his hand. It's one of the Kinsey glasses.
Yeah.
And it has liquor. I almost said wicker, like furniture.
Yeah.
It has some bourbon in there from, I assume bourbon, it could be rye, from your birthday party on Saturday night. And it was still sitting on the shelf back here in the nook. Are you going to drink it?
Yeah, I was just going to. I know for a fact if it's mine, I'm pretty sure it's mine. If it's not mine, then I don't necessarily know.
You were drinking out of that glass at one point.
I was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards the end of the night.
Okay, good deal. Because if I was drinking out of it, I don't think I had a bad thing the whole time.
Yeah. So my favorite part is that a couple bottles walked from here, and that was because JB came down from Ohio and he was hanging out with Preston Adcock, and Thomas H. Handy and that 18-year-old Willet that we ran through the pump. It made an appearance at the party. People were drinking it. Those bottles walked with them to Waffle House.
Yeah.
And there's a picture Grease posted on Instagram at the Real Grease. You can see it. And it's them sitting at the counter at Waffle House, just like their Waffle House orders. I do love that someone got the Texas cheesesteak melt. Pro move. But the two bottles are sitting there just wide out in the open. It was fantastic.
Yeah, so. I was peer pressured, I think, to give them a purple top 18-year-old.
What are you talking about? Grease, you have never been peer pressured in your life. You think in your head, I'm gonna look cool if I do this. Yeah, take it.
Well, it was either say no or it was like, I'm gonna help build an awesome story.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's the end of the story, though. It was pretty quick.
It was quick.
It was quick.
But it was
there's a photo.
But it was kind of like a mic drop, like I wanted to tag Waffle House, but I also didn't want anybody to get in trouble.
Yeah, it didn't say which location though.
Yeah,
so.
but well, here's the deal: like with
geocaching, geocaching is a different thing. You're talking about geotagging,
sure. But then I didn't want Waffle House to be like, you know what? We're shutting down all alcohol appearances on our countertops.
Oh yeah. I
didn't want them to
chain wide.
Yeah.
I get that.
Like there's a. I don't want to say viral because I mean but it would be
25 likes on it. So
it would
viral.
be it would be hilarious.
Yeah,
if our people that listen to our show would go to a Waffle House and just set bottles on the counter next to their food. And
if it became like a meme, like if it became a meme, like T-bowing.
Yeah, or like
people would go T-bow or planking. How people would do planking in different places.
Well, no, do you Wahoo?
Right, that's what I'm saying. It becomes a meme.
Yeah, you
like within our community.
Do the Wahoo, man.
Right. I understand.
I understand you saying.
Yeah. Okay. So that was Saturday night. Mama Grease had a lot to drink that night.
I accidentally inhaled a cigar, an Alec Bradley cigar.
Yeah.
That apparently was the middle finger of a box or something because he makes it a little bit longer. And Zach Jones gave me that too.
The middle one, right?
Yeah, the middle.
It's a different shape, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, like with the cone end or something.
Right. Yeah.
Like well.
So that was that. We got your mom to tell the conception story to your neighbors.
Yeah, my neighbors got an earful.
Yeah, that was your mom really wanted everyone to go on the back porch with your neighbors, and I was just like, I think they just need some Mama Grease time.
No, and then I roll out there, and Mom is trying to convince me that everything is okay.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, we're having a great conversation out here. Like we're talking about religion and death and politics. And I'm like, well, there's nothing that could go wrong out here, Mom.
Yeah, there's legit nothing for us to come out here and add to this conversation either.
In fact, this is the least conversation I want to be a part of.
It's everything you're not supposed to talk about at a gathering. Right. Your mom decided to bust out.
Especially inebriated. Although I have had some pretty good religious conversations while.
Oh, guaranteed. Yeah.
And you're just a little looser. Like, dude, I'll accept
have you heard the good
theology.
News? Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we're all theology.
Exactly. Yeah. I go there. I get there.
Yeah, but your middle name is Spurgeon. Yeah. So you should.
It's in my name.
The last thing I'm going to do is talk to you about religion.
And then who brought the Bellmead honey?
Oh, God.
Because someone brought it. Your mom, I think, stole that.
Oh, God. Details are fuzzy. Oh, God.
When I got here, there was only like that much left.
Oh, no. What's his name? If you're watching right now, please post. He came to Whiskey Weekend. He's in the promo video that we did.
That
like in one of the days.
300 people.
No, he's laughing at the comedian early on. Dadgummit.
Was he here when I was here?
He left early.
Is he a local?
He brought, so Adam Shelton said he forgot his name, but he brought a bunch of I know his name.
Was it John?
It might have been John.
With the beard?
No.
Oh, I forgot.
Jeff? I feel like it was Jane.
Leon and Trish.
They were here.
I know that. I just saw Whiskey Eyes comment.
Did you just swerve though, so I wouldn't look like an idiot?
Yeah, I was trying to help
Ken.
him.
Ken.
I'm sad I missed Ken.
Ken.
Well, it did. Does make me feel better that he left it here, and because Mom agrees full on, she put it down her shirt at one point.
I'm well aware, and she said she put it back on the table, and I do not see it on the.
She took
it right
it,
there.
Oh, okay, she drank a lot of it.
Well, because she was taking it to bed with her, and I was like, Mom, I want some of that.
Yeah,
like, do not. And
she was taking it to bed with her. Your Mom agrees has Bell Mead Honey bed pores. That is legit.
That is legit.
Oh, Zach said it was a full bottle when it got here. Or at least mostly full.
He had pulled, I think, a couple of ounces from it.
Okay. Well,
from what I understand, because he sent his buddy a couple ounces.
Yeah.
He told me the story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ken's legit. He also came to Whiskey Weekend.
Right.
Very nice fella.
I
like him a lot.
There was a lot of podcasters that showed up, which I liked.
Yeah. JB came down from Ohio.
Our buddy Chase was here. Bearded Dram, Brett, Gideon.
Dude, you know what Brett brought me? He brought me 2 things.
Okay.
Where is the?
I brought you a present too. You probably lost it already, though. Do you remember that?
The glass.
Oh yeah,
the beautiful glass.
Did you lose it? Broke it already?
It broke in the dishwasher.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to dishwash it.
Really?
Yeah, it says it like on it pretty large. On brand.
How much was that?
You don't tell someone how much their
birthday. It was like $500.
No, it was not $500.
Okay, good. Okay,
yeah, it was like a tenth of that.
Yeah, okay, so it's easy to replace.
And then I brought you the 10-year-old rum too.
Yes.
Yeah, from Phenomenal Spirits.
Somewhere over here.
Oh, it's right there. It's not even open yet.
Oh yeah, it's not even open. It's not even open yet.
But it was a fun party. It was actually pretty chill.
Yeah.
I mean, not like your parties are like ragers, but it maintained chillness.
I know because I'm turning 40, Will.
No, but Grease, I've never been to a party of yours that was a rager unless it was.
What are you talking about?
Me or
the
Danny
last time it was 2 a.m. and we
rowdy.
ended up on the street blaring music from a car at 2 a.m.
At your house?
Right out there.
When? I was not here.
The last Nook party.
I left early that night. Clearly.
I want to see Zach. Well, we went out. We pre-gamed with Zach. I think Preston was there.
Preston,
me and Dustin,
Preston
Pete, and JB.
arrives.
We all went to Waffle House.
Oh yeah,
and Owen.
Right. I did not go to Waffle House. I left before that.
You did.
Yep.
Yeah. No, but it's it was
a good party.
It
though.
was a good party.
Fun.
Good people. Good pours. So a couple of the pours.
Brett stood out for you.
Brett brought a 2008 Stitzel Pappy 23.
Nice.
Yeah. That stuff.
Did you
get
exactly to taste it while like you could remember it?
Yes.
Okay.
God,
good.
yes.
Good.
I didn't get sloshed.
No, I'm not. I don't mean like that you had too much to drink. I mean that you had too many things to drink.
Oh.
Like, you get that point in the evening, even if you're like maintaining, you get a little buzz going, but like you've had 38 things and you're like, this tastes great, but I can't discern it from, Do you know what was really good though?
What?
That Preston brought that barrel bourbon 14-year-old rye from Elixir. They have it now currently. I'm going to go get one. It's like it's pricey. It's like $119.
Well, we need to drop some samples off to T. So we can do that while we do that.
But it's legit, and it tasted like apples. It was so good. Did you try it?
No.
He may have forgotten it. It may be over there. I hope he forgot it.
I don't think so. He had a bag with him.
Ah, dadgummit. Well, he took 2 of our bottles with him.
Well,
the least he could do.
It was a 50-50.
The least
it was a
he could
50-50 split, like as far as my fault versus his.
Preston said, nope, it's on my shelf. Well, people need, if you're down at Elixir, you need to check that out. Turok probably has a bottle open so you can try it. It is delicious. Oh, 141 proof. 141 proof, drank 105. It was one of the first things I had because I actually didn't have that much.
14-year-old rye at
141 proof. And it legit tasted 105. Like no burn, just incredible.
We're gonna have to
incredible.
We're gonna have to mark this live as sexually explicit.
Yeah, because probably
that sounds glorious.
I mean, you may be 40 years old, but when you hear things like that, things still work. Speaking of great ryes, Jamie Clayton, who's a local fella, good guy, says you two boys are legends. Drink the Podcask Whistle Pig 10-year single barrel this weekend. That is
good.
That goes down in the books as probably the best pick we've ever done.
You say that. It's a second for me.
I love it.
The Staves and Grain Rye Shark Repellent is
super good.
Just stupid.
Well, Jamie, you should go check out that Turok rye though.
Dadgummit. I just scratched
scratched
my ring tattoo.
I think it's sourced from Canada, I believe, Jamie. He's asking about the barrel.
It is.
Not the Whistle Pig.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, the barrel?
No, he's talking about the barrel. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm guessing. But anyhow, that's also from Canada. The Whistle Pig is also from Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Okay, so that was fun. Hey, if you're watching right now and you're not currently subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're watching, there's 75 of you. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. That helps us a lot as well.
It's free to.
It's easy to do that.
Do,
but I think we're gonna talk about two things tonight, and then I think we're gonna get James on to tell us a little bit about those starlights.
Why don't you think I make good hot dogs?
I don't think you make bad. You make
your
probably
go-to right
hot
now.
dogs.
You're running out of material, Will, because your go-to right now is like you make nachos with single cheese with Kraft singles.
Everyone knows that you made nachos with. First of all, that was a new guy who has no real concept of you. I had to set the baseline that you have made nachos with saltine crackers and Kraft singles.
By the way, not advised.
Right. That's not even nachos.
Awful. I don't know what. Like saltines by themselves, great. You melt cheese on them. They're not.
How did I miss the Willet? Pretty sure you had some.
No,
pretty sure I poured it for her.
Mama, you. I love the fact that I told her that she did two things at Whiskey Weekend. She's like, "No, I didn't." And I'm like, "Yes, you did." She can't even remember 2 days ago that she had an 18-year-old purple top Willet.
To be fair, if you look at that, first of all, that table's going to sit there for another year and a half. But there's a table.
No, I borrowed the table from a neighbor, so he's going to
opens that. I understand why. You drink a few and you start forgetting which way's up.
Dude, you know what I want to do with that table? I want to have a bunch of people over here, and we all pick a bottle that we think is going to survive, and then we tip it over. And if your bottle survives,
it's like straight gambling.
Kind of, except I don't know, because there could be multiple winners. Oh, so you do that, and then you put the bottles back up that survived, and then you do it again, and you get down to one.
You keep going until the one survives.
Okay, fun fact. I didn't plug the cooler right, and so all of the ice melted in the cooler onto my basement floor.
All of these things are not surprising. Like, of course, how many times has Grease done that in his life?
Like, I'm just
actually.
Like, I'm looking around at my friends, and I'm like, wow, how are you so much more responsible?
Yeah.
Like, I can't.
You're still trying to figure that out?
I try to be.
No, I don't even think you try.
I've tried.
Well, something ain't working, bud. Something ain't working. We can.
I don't know what that pour was, but it was cast strength and it was delicious. Even after,
pour me a little.
Even after. Speaking of Willet, this is a good.
This is a 4-year rye. What's the proof? 111.6. It looks like. But we're going to talk about a few things. If James hops on, we are going to talk about Oak and Thieves because we just dropped. And we've talked about them a few times. 2 of the 3 starlights we were able to pick Whiskey Weekend. It's a double oak bourbon and a double oak rye, and we're calling them Oak and Thieves. Has a cool sticker that's Pirates of the Caribbean themed, and yeah, it's pretty cool, and they're delicious. But James actually has a bottle of each open currently, so I sent him the link, and if he hops on here, we'll discuss that. But those are we're going to start going through our tier system. You can go to oakandthieves.com and sign up. And if you're one of the higher tiers already, it's been released to some of them. So you can join one of those and go ahead and get in on that. Or you can wait your turn in line and it'll make its way down to you. But oakandthieves.com is the best way to sign up for that. So we'll talk about it in a little bit. But did you have anything else you wanted to say about said birthday party?
Did I want to say?
Yeah. Anything else before we move on?
My
'Cause
wife
we
was
just wanna
really sweet. She got me a cake. She came in here and she basically told like, look at all these people around you to celebrate you. I love you. And then I blew out the candles. It was very sweet.
Yeah.
She's the best.
My favorite thing is that this is like a 2-week early birthday party too.
Yeah, because my youngest is August 6th.
Yeah.
And
Makes sense. You definitely
which we're actually gonna be in Kansas City on her birthday.
You're in trouble.
Well, we're not doing her party until Sunday evening, so I'm gonna be back.
Okay, so you're fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we that's interesting. We can talk about in a little bit too. That we're going out of town on a little trip this weekend.
Yeah, we are.
But
yeah,
we did. So your birthday, you're not technically 40 until
August 10th.
August 10th. So we were so what your mother's maiden name?
So
also,
plenty
give
of
us
time
that.
to send me samples.
Give me your mother's maiden name and the last 4 digits of your social, and we should be good for the identity fraud crowd that's watching this evening.
Yeah. Really quick question, because I think the sample is somewhere else.
What sample?
Was George T. Stagg being produced in like 2002?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
Well,
who gave you that sample? Brett Moore?
Brett Moore did.
Yeah. I think they
like
started
137.6 proof or something. It was somewhere in there. He brought that pour for me. He's like, hey man, here, I just want you to have this. And oh, by the way, here's a 2008 Pappy 23 little stencil. It's crazy. I'm trying to think about good moments. It was fun having my neighbor over here and some of those poker buddies. It was good to like kind of introduce them to some whiskey people. They were troopers too. Good Lord.
Yeah.
They were troopers.
They're good folks.
They hung in there, man, to the end.
Oh, Ken Davis is on now. He said, I'm a bit behind in watching, but I was the one that brought the bell.
Yeah, we got you.
He said he brought it for your mama.
That is not true.
Is it not?
If it is true, well played, sir.
Yeah.
You're one of the 500,000th people that have helped my mother, get tipsy. My favorite part of when my mom gets tipsy is she can pee anywhere as long as there's a hose.
Good Lord.
You know what I mean? I got video.
Is that why she was soaking wet? No, we're not doing that.
Why not?
Because we're moving on.
You missed it. That was the one time we could play it.
No, you've played it enough times, and I think it's disrespectful to that sweet saint of a woman who's had to deal with your crap for 40 years. Literally 40 years.
There was a couple years in there I wasn't bad.
I doubt that.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I think she would. She's upstairs. I saw her.
Well, there was like one time when I was like 3 and I didn't really know anything about church, but I got saved like 5 times. It was that one time.
That probably was annoying to her.
It might have been.
How many baptisms we got to go through with this kid?
It might have been endearing.
And no, but then she's like,
we weren't Baptist. We weren't Baptist.
Needs to be dipped a few more times. And the Baptists are when you started stealing Jinkos.
Like a DQ situation, like a freaking, what do they call that?
The double dip?
No,
cone?
not the, just the dip cone.
Yeah, chocolate dip cone.
I was trying to think of like a double dip.
You're thinking double Dutch, which is a style of jump roping.
Oh, I thought that was a ice cream.
No, you're thinking of butterscotch.
No, I'm not. Definitely not.
All right,
something with Dutch
on
double Dutch chocolate, or is it Dutch chocolate? There's a
Dutch chocolate. Yeah, I think so. Probably double Dutch is how it's like 2 jump ropes going.
Yeah. Do you think there's like an Al Qaeda chocolate? Because I mean, if they.
Oh my gosh!
If they harvest chocolate from the country of Al Qaeda,
what we're talking about next is going out to. So they got al-Zawahiri today. Speaking of
what,
the leader of Al Qaeda, the CIA drone strike took him out. So good on you, CIA and military.
Well, you just dated the show.
Okay, and you haven't.
You always do that, Will.
Grease, I always date the show. No, I gave up on trying. a long time ago. I don't know if you've been around me for a while.
But yeah, the party was really good. We had some really great pours. Ken stole the show with the Bell Mead and my mom. There was just some really great picks. There was a Brandon Rice brought a mammoth pick from Elixir that was surprisingly great.
Oh, really? Because I've had. There was a mammoth not pick or something. There was something mammoth that was here at your last Nook party that Owen and I tried, and it was not the one Brandon Rice brought, and it was not from Elixir.
It was a standard.
But it was.
Here's the deal: if
wretched. It was one of the worst things I've ever had.
If T-Rock picked it,
yeah,
it's good. Like you don't even have to taste this stuff anymore.
Yeah,
just like Now some of the stuff is like, this is $97. You probably want to try it first.
Well, who's to say?
Right.
He'll make you drink enough until you don't try it first.
Yeah,
that's how T-Rock works.
I'm signing a piece of paper. I'm signing a piece of paper that says I will not spend more than $200. So talking about Grease's 40th birthday doesn't date the show. Okay.
I love you, Natalie. Okay, thank you. So what we were able to go do a little bourbon pick that we're going to do with Oak and Thieves, and
that we already did.
No, we're going to do it with it, meaning releasing is the way I was discussing it.
Oh, yeah.
But this was at Leiper's Fort Distillery in Leiper's Fort, Tennessee. Lee Kennedy is the proprietor. He's a great dude. He's an Auburn man. So
he's a Kennedy.
Not that Kennedy, but yeah, his last name's Kennedy.
He looks really good.
He's a good-looking dude. Kennedy. But we were able to go out there with Don Norman from Fairview, some great guys as well. But also,
we were able to go out there
because of Don. Yeah, because of Don.
Yep.
But there also 2 Oak and Thieves members came with us: Adam Shelton and Preston Adcock. And so that was a lot of fun because that was the first.
Patrick joined us. We got a video coming.
We've gotten to do a pick like that with some of our No, I mean we've done picks, but in person, other than the Special Forces Foundation, which was very special and very different, like a really cool pick, but a unique one where it was us and good folks, and it's going to go through Oak and Thieves. So it was a more novel experience.
Yeah, I wish we'd have picked something while we were down in ASW because there was 25 of us.
Well,
that would have been the biggest pick of all time, I feel like.
Mm-hmm. We went to Leiper's Fork. It was early in the AM. And we started drinking some whiskey. We had 3 barrels to pick from. This is going to be the very first cast strength bourbon from Leiper's Fork.
Yeah.
And it was really good. The 3 that were out there, the way I described them, the very first barrel we tried
in the pocket
it tasted like a higher proof version of their standard bottled and bond. We're actually going to record a video tonight, a Buy Bar Pass video of the bottled and bond version. So I was like, man, I mean, it's got a little bit more punch, bottled and bond, but to me, if you're going to pick a barrel of it, you want it to be a little more unique than just what kind of tastes like the standard offering, which that's great. But if you're like, hey, here's the single barrel, here's the regular, and they can get the regular.
Right.
Does that add, the uniqueness? The second one.
But pretty unanimously, it was 3rd place for everybody.
Because, and mostly because of that reason.
Right.
Everyone was like, this is not bad. This drinks.
It
has a great nose, drinks well, but.
It was just one of those things when we got to number 2, I was like.
Number 2 was very special. Very, very good. You were supposed to bring a sample back, but
I know
left it.
Well,
we're talking about.
Don stole it.
No,
it's at Fairview. No,
Don salvaged it.
I would not have been able to find it if I'd have gone back to the store
because he saw that you left it and picked it up.
Nope, it was handed to him by Matt. Can't trust Matt.
No, that's true. I've learned that the hard way.
Right.
Then we got to number 2. It was really special. It's like 116.8 proof. So almost 117 proof. It is 5 years, 7 months. It is what I love about Leiper's Fort 2 is that their bourbon's wheated. Their Tennessee whiskey is corn, rye, malted barley. Their bourbon is corn, wheat, malted barley, but they use the malted barley as not just the fermentation agent.
Yeah, it's a flavoring.
They also use it as a flavoring grain. So it's 15%. Yeah, 70% corn, 15% wheat, and 15% malted barley.
Yeah.
It's a toasted Austrian malt, malted barley.
Here's what I'm going to say about this pick that we did. There is what I would call a malt influence. You're not tasting a ton of malt. If anything, it just kind of helps it kind of become a little fruitier.
Yeah.
But the oak on this thing.
Yeah.
For it to, how many
Fantastic.
years is it?
5 years, 7 months.
5 years and 7 months. It tastes like it's a 12-year-old whiskey. 100%.
Easily.
Now, it's a well-balanced oak. It's definitely not over oaked.
Yeah.
But like it's just got this really cool like smoke-ish thing. And then it just, you think it's going to go to over oaked.
Yeah.
Because of the way it's scaling.
But it doesn't.
And then
lands the plane in a very, very fantastic way. The third barrel was really good also. It was one that I would want. This is the way I described it. Number one was in the pocket for the brand.
Yes.
Number two was in the pocket for a barrel pick because it's enough
mass.
It's enough of the brand that you understand what they make, but it's unique enough and at that level enough that it's going to be widely accepted. People are going to love it, but it's still not like out there, like way off profile.
It's special without being polarizing.
Number three is the one, if I had all the money in the world, would probably buy the barrel for myself. But I said number three is the one I want a bottle of. I love number three. It had some brown sugar,
it's a $20,000 barrel,
syrupiness to it. It was, it had a little bit of like rum funk to it, like a Jamaican rum, and it was just special. But that one would have been a really hard sell. One, to be like, hey, you got to have this and buy, sell it out because it is off profile.
It would be odd for us to say you got to have this barrel.
Yeah, I love it because I would say that, but it is hard. It would be polarizing.
Right.
Also, I don't know if that's a great representation of their catalog.
Right.
Because it is so off profile. If you've never had anything else and you're like, this is the whiskey they make, it's like, no, this is a really unique single barrel that was distilled on the same day as the one we picked, the exact same day, and night and day difference.
Oh, yeah, and like really close to we got a super chat.
Why'd you do that way?
Well, because after the beat, like after like one of those what do you call it, forklifts?
We've never done that before. This is from our buddy Jason Newman. He said, "Happy belated birthday, brother. Smothered and covered hash browns are on me."
I'm gonna go ahead and say this joke is on Jason.
Happy early birthday,
because and so we're gonna definitely squeeze another $20 after.
Easy. You should have said happy early birthday, brother.
10th.
Yeah, on
August 10th.
And your last of your social is 6552. Last four, right? Oh, I didn't mean to say that live. Thank you, Jason. We love you, buddy.
I have to fraud alert. Dadgummit.
Wouldn't be the first time. Preston said our pick is a must-have for folks both new to the brand and those who have had their stuff and maybe not the biggest fan. I agree with that as well.
Yeah, we picked. I mean, their minimum barley in all of their whiskey is 15%.
I know you keep harping on that.
No, I'm just saying, like,
you think it's because you think you hate barley, malted barley, but that's not.
I don't hate it right now. I'm just saying.
No, I know, but
for other people,
you fixate on it. Most people, I don't think, fixated on that.
It's I mean, it was one of the more polarizing notes that I had back in the day.
No, youth.
No.
Young whiskey, grainy whiskey was the polarizing notes that you didn't like.
Well, but then
no,
well, I don't
know.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure we found that out through empirical evidence when it was 100% rye, and you said, "Oh, malty."
well, that was at a party, and it was not at my house, and I was just not acclimated.
Whatever. So that's what we did, and then we hung out with Lee Kennedy for a good amount of time. We talked about some maybe Southern whiskey, not Southern. What am I talking about? Someone said that. I want to bring that up.
Whiskey Weekend better.
Some whiskey weekend stuff. He's a good dude. He's actually really good friends with my cousins from college days. So really cool guy.
Plural?
Yeah, there's multiple days in college.
No, you said my cousins.
Yeah. He knows he knows Patrick's younger brother Andrew as well. They were both they were all at Auburn at the same time.
Okay, I thought you had twins in your family. I was about to freak out.
No, I don't have. I was like, let me think. Well, I do. Big and Lit. That was my great uncles. They were twins.
Was it? No.
Big and Lit.
You're right.
I don't know their names, but they were Big and Lit because there was a big one and a little one.
Oh God! I thought,
Big and Lit.
No, I thought they had busted up into a party and made a real good time, but no, it's just one's just big
and
little.
Lit. Yeah.
Oh, lit.
Yeah, Big and Lit.
Dude, what life?
I think their names were Mumford and Marion. I think those were their names, their first names.
I like Mumford
or Milfred and Marion, one of the two.
Okay,
I
well,
think Munford and Marion, maybe.
Big and Lit.
Big and Lit. That's all we know.
I feel like that needs to be on a shirt.
Big and Lit Haynes.
Only available.
That's like you and me. You and I are big and lit.
Only available in 6XL.
Yeah.
Like we sell the shirt in 6XL and it just says Big and Lit.
Yeah.
Why did we not name our barrel program that?
I don't know. We didn't talk about it.
I don't know.
Jordan Ferguson.
We got a
super chat.
Super chat.
When will the Whiskey Weekend Batch 5 registration start happening? Hopefully soon. We had a good meeting today, I'd say.
Yeah.
There's
There's more moving parts than we've ever had moving parts.
Yeah, so we're hoping by mid-September is our goal for
launch, get it done. All that stuff.
$21 super chat from Jason Newman. Happy early birthday, other brother. Go out and get yourself a nice woolly bugger. Oh, that's for me. That's my early birthday. Because a woolly bugger is a fly.
Wait, aren't you in like January?
Yeah, it's still early.
Okay, well that's
Hat tip to you. Appreciate you.
well, tell me about your hat.
What do you mean?
It's just like a vintage car hat.
No, it's an Orvis hat. It's a
tackle and supply.
fishing company.
Oh, okay. Well, it looked like an oil company.
No, you don't know. You've never heard of Orvis ever? It's an outdoor brand.
What's the termite people?
Orkin. Yeah, that's not too far off.
No,
Completely different though.
no.
A
couple of
Yeah, thank you, Jason, and thank you, Jordan. Also, so we've got this is funny. 2000 Accord 4-cycle says third time watcher, first time commenter. Appreciate your honesty. I've only seen you 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and launch my commenting.
Hey, he must
career.
have subscribed though, because there's no way he'd get served 3 times.
Oh, that's fair.
Because YouTube would be like, he's gone there 3 times and subscribed. I don't think we're going to push him there anymore.
Oh man.
There was a great one about Big and Lit right under it.
That's on the that's a band name, Big and Lit.
Yeah,
like Big and Rich.
Justin would have called it.
Yeah, he does
like
that. And then Natalie, both my mom and grandma were also named Natalie. So there was Big Natalie, Little Natalie, and I was Lil Natalie. I love that. That's adorable.
Oh, Lil.
Lil Natalie.
I mean, if y'all were out at a restaurant and they were calling after those
Lil Natalie,
it sounds like you have Tourette's though.
No, it sounds like you have a stutter.
Lil Natalie.
There's just different impediment.
Big Natalie, Lil Natalie. I'm just saying. Oh man, I've brought up Al Qaeda and Tourette's tonight,
and both were not great.
Mm-mm.
Now she's just known as the Natty.
Yeah,
that's true. Thank you, Jason.
Speaking of Natty, go Dogs.
Oh, I think about Natty Light, and I was like, yeah, the dogs do drink those still.
Yeah,
Dogs fans.
So we picked a heck of a barrel.
Yeah, it was great.
Then we went and kind of did a tour, which we had already been in the.
I did a little reel on Instagram.
I know you did.
Of it.
It was
You
really
can go
sweet.
watch.
It was really sweet. I
Yeah.
loved it.
Check that out at the podcast.
And did
on
you do
IG.
all of it with your thing?
Yeah, with the GoPro.
Looked really good.
I know.
I'm surprised in the low light situation it looked decent.
No, it does pretty well.
But no, we got, and I want to talk to you about this with Leipers. They have a copper still. And I just really feel like the 4, 5, and 6-year-old products that are coming out that are actual craft distillery distillate.
Yeah.
They are going to win. They're going to win.
Yeah, for sure.
The people that are only sourcing right now and stocks are running out and all you're doing is, branding a single barrel that wasn't yours at all.
Right.
So you're just a branding company. You're a marketer. That make your money now because you're going to have to figure something out.
Right.
Because how many craft distilleries have popped up over the last 10 years? It's a ginormous. It went from, I can't remember what Karthik said, but he said within the past 3 years or something, like the percentage of the craft distillery market share is like up to 30% or something like that.
Yeah, he told us the numbers. Well, we have it in the video that's coming out.
We do have it in the video.
That was our friend over at Phenomenal Spirits, the Rye 3 that we picked. He had interesting numbers on that because we did talk a little bit about that business side.
Yeah.
I also know that even in Tennessee, like you think pre the law that Heath Clark helped develop, there was only 3 distilleries, I believe. You had George Dickel, you had Jack Daniels, and you had Pritchard's. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure those were the only 3 actually distilling in the state of Tennessee.
Pritchard still hasn't figured it out.
It's fair. And then they changed the law that allowed, if you had accepted being a on-premise sale county and a package county.
Yeah, this is interesting.
That basically, after Prohibition in Tennessee, you had to have 3 referendums. One for on-premise sales, one for package sales, and one for manufacturing sales. And so a lot of counties had none of those. Some had just manufacturing, like Lincoln County, or maybe I don't think it's Lincoln County anymore, but wherever Lynchburg is near Lincoln County. But
it's a Lincoln County process.
Right, but I don't believe Lynchburg is in Lincoln County.
They're not.
Currently. Yes,
they're not.
Right, that's what I was saying. And so, but they own the town of Lynchburg. That county is only passed manufacturing. They did not pass package or on-premise sales. Mm-hmm. Long story short, what Heath Clark did was say, if a county approved 2 out of the 3.
Yeah.
Then we're going to go ahead. The legislation assumed that the 3rd one should be.
Well, that's a filibuster at that point.
That's not the proper use of filibuster.
Well, it's not. You can't. You have the major majority, or what is it? What's it called?
A super majority.
Super majority.
Right. You're trying
because you're at 66.6, which in the Christian faith should scare you.
Cool.
Just gonna throw that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what you meant by all that, but I'm gonna allow it and just say.
Well, they had 2 of the 3.
Yeah, if you had 2 of the 3, and it could have been if you had manufacturing and on premise.
Yeah,
then they assume
if you've
package,
got 2 out of 3 people in the daggum Congress, you're at a super
where other 2 or more are gathered. I think that's what you're looking for. Then there's the 3rd.
They do
which
open.
Is manufacturing.
They do open with a little prayer.
So we are so off the rails.
Yeah.
Anyhow. My point to that was that there used to only be 3 distilleries in Tennessee, and then they changed the law. And so in the last year, now think of how many distilleries are in the state.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's probably 100. There's probably 100 DSPs.
Oh, God, that many.
If you think about...
I know Sazerac's got one
Well, and it
Pop it
doesn't
up
even
soon.
mean that they're actively distilling, right? Like it means that they could be a
Just a register.
non-distiller producer.
Oh,
you still have
right,
to get
right,
a
right,
DSP.
Right.
So you
Well, is
think
Tennessee
of,
Distill there? I don't think Tennessee Distilling has any of their own brands, right?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Right, their own, like a Remus out of MGP or anything. I don't think so.
I don't think
I haven't
so.
I haven't seen them.
But then you think of like Memphis has Hulling Station, the Old Dominic Distillery.
Yeah.
You think of all the ones in this area and more coming all the time.
When we interviewed the guy that's no longer there, thankfully, what
At where?
at Blue Note, did he?
That's a completely different one. I was talking about Old Dominic.
Oh, I was talking about Blue Note.
I know, and you said that guy that's no longer there, and you were not referencing the same thing. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Yes, at Blue Note. Did he mention that they were actually going to start distilling?
No, I don't think he ever said that.
Okay.
I mean, we could check our facts, but
Yeah, they need to.
anyhow,
That's
all that to say there's a lot of growth in the craft spirits angle. And what Greaves was saying is that he thinks the ones that are actually making their own product are the ones that are going to make it. That's
Right.
how far we've wandered from
100%.
what launched.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because they kind of control things in a way.
Well, and I also think, especially with people like Leipers, they are super craft. They only do 500 barrels a year. So that's why,
right.
that's literally why there's only 6 single barrels of their cast strength bourbon that are going to be released.
Right. I know. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It's like 1% of what they will distill.
Now I think he's got like somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 to 10 more that he's aging up another couple of years, I think.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're not going to just release everything all at once, but there was only, I think there were only 3 single barrels of the Tennessee whiskey that went to market. The other 3 were gift shop. There was only 6 or 7.
Dude, do you want to know something? And I can't.
I don't know.
I had a side conversation with Lee that I don't think you were a part of that I found fascinating. They do not select any barrels that are what they think are ready. They submit samples to a consultant that's from another distillery that they have on retainer. And she like checks the ones that are ready.
Interesting.
For batches, single barrels, all that stuff.
When you're that
they want to be out of it.
Yeah, when you're that small too, and you're passionate about it, you sometimes do need a third party that can come in. It's not like they have 100 employees.
Well,
they have maybe 5.
I love that model, period. Because it takes out.
Well, when you think about the big distillers,
because the worst thing that they can say, and it's not even a bad thing, they could say this is not ready.
Well, you have at Buffalo Trace, like there's the master taster blender role,
right?
That he's tasting things for when they're ready. He's not the person who's crafting the mash bill and distilling it,
right?
And so when you're that large, you can get someone that has that role that is hands off and kind of come in and be quality control, and also checks the batches.
Could be, but they still have like a brand loyalty, like.
I don't think that person does as well. They're on retainer. They're being paid.
Well, they're on retainer, but with probably multiple people.
I don't know.
Anyway, she's
but if you think about also
their girls that we had, she's done a great job.
When you're in that level at a large brand, you have multiple brands that you're a part of.
Yeah.
So it's like Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace, E.H. Taylor, like. It's not all
I'm
the
talking
same.
about like different companies. I mean, like she could be with
I understand what you're saying too, but if you still think about it as when you're that large and that many people, their hands are on it, I don't think that you necessarily have the problem of a 5-person operation that loves what they're doing so much. It gets pretty corporate pretty quick up in that world.
Drain the swamp.
Just pour it out. I almost poured this on your computer. That would have been funny. Let's go to the 15. No, let's go to the 15.
That's 125 proof. I don't think we should get into it.
Hit the muse. We've got a cool sample from the Murfreesboro Bourbon Society, courtesy of Preston Adcock, who we've mentioned quite a few times tonight.
Yes, and we have to shout out. We'll mention his name. when we get back. Hit the music, Will.
Cool. That tastes like nanner pudding.
What does?
That triple mash.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm trying to find that guy's name.
He just told me to shout out Murfreesboro Bourbon Society's house in the borough.
I thought he...
Ken and Dennis. That's who we're shouting out.
I knew there was some names.
And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left.
Hey,
Will.
as we get to this, we need to shout out to Ken and Dennis. They are the people who provided this for us. We want to thank them as well as the Murfreesboro Bourbon Society and our friend Preston who helped facilitate this. But Ken and Dennis, thank you so much.
They run a tight ship down there in Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
But not tight enough because they sent us samples.
So this is Barrel Bourbon Gold.
Can I just say to Ken and Dennis really quick?
Go for it.
Preston has a bottle of my Thomas H. Handy from like 2020. Ask him for a pour.
Yeah.
That's the trade.
So this is Barrel Bourbon Gold. This is 113.54 proof. It is a blend of 16 and 17 year bourbon from Kentucky, Indiana, and Tennessee. And it retails for a low price of $500. So
this is a $500 bottle.
Cheers. Yeah.
He gave us 2 ounces of it.
Yeah.
So
and then we have a second 15 pour after this.
Divided by like 12 for easy math. It's like 45 or something. 42. I'm trying to times that by 12.
Don't worry about it. You can figure it out later. Yes. All right. So
I'm getting some malt.
Shout out to Jay Conder just because. Love Jay Conder.
I love Jay Conder. I like it. I like Jay Conder because it's his last name's kind of like a condor. Like
Condor man.
Like the bird.
Yeah, we talked about that on a
Jay Condor.
On a what's it called? What's the word I'm talking about?
Oh man. Andrew West just sent me a text and was like, my wife's wondering who you're texting.
Yeah, because you've been looking at your phone the whole time.
No, I was looking for the guy that we were.
Yeah,
Ken and Dennis.
Ken and Dennis.
Ken and Dennis.
Jay Conder. We had this whole thing about Condor Man on a virtual bar night a couple years ago.
Dude, I can get down with some condors.
Do you know Condor Man, the old film?
I do remember the old Condor Man. That's the only reason we know condors exist.
This smells a little bit like buttered popcorn. Like the Jelly Belly buttered popcorn.
I don't get the popcorn note more, but I
you
do
get the butter.
Oh yeah, I get the butter. Oh yeah, I get the butter.
Butter cookie, shortbread. I get shortbread.
Oh God, yes,
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
like
buttered thick bread, like gooey bread. God, you're so spot on with that note. On the nose. All right, here I go.
That's really good. That is really good. I would not pay $500 for that.
A zero chance.
Yeah. 100, 150. I could see myself, and maybe that's just because I'm pegging it at 500. It's a blend of 16 and 17-year-old bourbons.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go 150 in that regard.
Yeah, I feel like just where
stats.
the prices are right now, having aged up whiskey at 16 and 17 years that are bourbons, if it is a bourbon, I feel like it's probably going to be in that price range. I could see myself on that. $500 is a hard pill to swallow.
And I'll be honest with you, completely blind, not knowing what it is, taking the stats out of the equation, I'm putting this at like $70.
Okay, that's fair.
Like if I go completely blind on this,
While you're taking a second sip, I do want to say, because I do believe Jay Condor asked earlier if we would be at Southern Whiskey Society this weekend, and that was one other thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah,
we actually got booked for an event in Kansas City this weekend. So we're going to be at the Pro Bull Riding Outlaw Days. It's like part of their team series.
Thank God, because we didn't want to see anybody.
No,
You know what I mean? Like
we're actually sad that we got booked for that before the date was announced for Southern Whiskey Society.
Because that date came late.
And so we will not be there this year, which is sad, but I know quite a few people. I know Chase told me he's going to be there. Bearded Ram, I believe, is going to be there. Good folks are going to be there. We are very sad to miss it. We love Chris. We love Southern Whiskey Society. The barrel picks they have a Leiper's Tennessee whiskey.
We got to try it.
No, that was the maple one. They have two Leipers. They have a Leiper's that's finished in a maple barrel, and then they have a regular Tennessee whiskey as well. But they have some really good barrel picks. How
are they going to move that?
You
don't know. They sell them in the tickets.
Yeah.
You can get them in the tickets.
Yeah. So that was it's going to be a super cool event. Again, I think people should definitely check it out. If you're in the Nashville, Tennessee area or Franklin area, go to madesouth.com or southernwhiskeysociety.com and check out tickets, because it's always a great event. Our buddy Owen will be there representing Hardee's again. He always brings the heat with the food. Some of the best food.
God, Owen's back there.
Yeah, Owen will be there for sure.
I want to go on the road with Owen in some capacity.
Okay, I don't know if he wants to be around you that much.
Can we film a reality TV show where we drink whiskey at night, but then we go to a Hardee's and we make up some food during the day?
That'd be fun,
right?
Yeah. Anyhow, if you're in town, or even if you're not in town, you're looking for an excuse to get away, it's this weekend at the factory at Franklin, where it always is. It is. Is that the 6th? August 6th. Check that out.
Yes,
southernwhiskeysociety.com or madesouth.com.
Don Norman is watching live.
Yeah.
Owner of Fairview Liquors and Fine Wines, who went on the Leiper's Fort pick with us, like we said earlier.
Or we went with him.
And shout out to you, Don. We love you. He also says that he's coming to Franklin tomorrow, so we might be able to bring that sample.
Awesome.
But, however, I'm going out there anyway because I need to pick up some product.
Okay.
Not from in the store, but from behind the store.
We are super glad that we were that Ken and Dennis were like very gracious to share this with us.
Yeah. Do you think it's the same Ken?
No, I don't think it is, but because that would be awkward.
That would, yeah, especially because Preston didn't like hang out with him like he was like best buds.
Yeah.
Like he was, they hung out.
Yeah, but
it wasn't like
shied away.
Hey man, like we're blood brothers. What's up?
Okay, so this is here's our second sample of it. Oh, so buy bar pass on the barrel.
Pass.
I think I'm pass too, just because of the price tag.
No, here's the deal.
It's a very
you
good
go
whiskey.
to a bar, you are going to pay $75 for an ounce of that.
Right.
I tried it and said that's a $70 bottle.
Right.
So
yeah, and even my number at saying 150 is nowhere near what you'd be able to find it for. Find a buddy that's got it, that are gracious like Ken and Dennis, and have them pour you a sample. Yeah. Because it's kind of like the Boss Hogs these days. Like some of the newer Boss Hogs are excellent, but they're $500.
Yeah.
So it's,
and you know what's not getting sold like on secondary for like outrageous amounts?
Boss Hog, because you can go buy it in the store for that.
Right.
All right. So this is now barrel Seagrass Gold. So this is 128.12 proof, and this is a 20-year-old rye from Canada that has the seagrass finishing. So it's Seagrass obviously got a lot of attention last year thanks to
it was a very
Smred Bennick. Smred Bennick. Is that
Sked?
Yeah. That it popped really hard. A lot of people went after it. This is also $500. So this is the 20-year.
Did you just say a whiskey popped really hard?
Yeah, popped in the market. Grease, no, that's like pop, that's like a wrestling term. Popped. Man, that popped me hard.
Popped hard, man. The only person that's gonna like that comment is gonna be Eric Smith.
Guaranteed.
And that's only if he's working. If he's at home, it won't break him. But if
Oh
he's
no!
working
I
and he's
break him at
pissing-
home all the time.
You do?
Oh yeah, daily break him.
Does he legit comment back and said that broke me?
Yeah, he will say
Because that broke me is
No.
kind of like the new LOL. You're not really
no.
laughing.
He says broke me, or
I'm
he'll
praying
say
I'm praying for you.
we have a big thing where we'll say, like, when it's like something really pops him, he'll say pop, but he'll hold the O, and so it just says poop. And we, man, that pooped me hard. So it's a joke, inside joke. Oh, big pop. Yeah, see, Whiskey Mutant right here. Big pop or big poop.
Well, you said it popped big.
Pop me hard.
Oh, popped you hard.
Could you please? First of all, Jeff Huck with the comment of the night, big and lit pop. Anyhow,
There's some clever people out there. Oh dear God, Heavenly Father, smell that. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know how much it is. It's a buy.
I already told you.
What do you mean?
I literally always said that. I already said the
Well,
price.
what was the price?
I said it's also $500.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, this is Barrel Seagrass Gold.
This has a better nose than any black print. What's it called? The Boss Hog.
Oh yeah, head to head, rye versus rye, Boss Hog versus this.
This bear, the first one, the gold or whatever it was.
These are both gold. That's the bourbon gold.
I
This
know
is the
them.
Seagrass Gold. This is a 20-year rye.
The gold series.
Yeah.
This is a 20-year-old rye.
Good Lord, I've said it 1,000 times.
Not 1,000.
I've said it 5 times.
3 times.
I said the price multiple times. I said it was 20 years. I said it was 20 years old 3 times in the last 45 seconds.
Well, you said it 3 more times since you explained it.
Hey, Grease, do you know this is the Seagrass rye, but it's the gold?
The gold, the 20-year-old.
This is 20-year-old rye,
Yeah.
Canadian rye.
Also $500.
$500. It's 128.12 proof.
Oh man, it's like a one. It's like a 1-2 punch. The big pop.
Okay, so 2000 Accord 4-cycle, who is a third-time watcher, first-time commenter.
Second time
Coming in hot with the, but how much does it cost?
Dude,
comment.
he honestly, he posted earlier and got a little brave, and now
Now it's all in.
yeah, it's kind of like when you get a tattoo. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
now it's like I just want to get.
I could just smell the heck out of this.
I haven't tasted it.
Oh, it smells so great.
It smells like
This is one, you know how you're
sex
always
and
like,
candy.
yeah. Oh, cheers to that. Marcy Playground.
Dude, this crap will move some furniture. It might move a house.
It already moved my bar. Like furniture. I meant like
It means that
I could have said that a little bit more delicately.
Did something slap? Is that what
I
you're
could
saying?
have said that more.
Was there a
delicately.
big pop, Will? Did it pop you hard?
Big pop. Big pop. Don't you use those Roman pills or hymns for your hair?
No, yeah, it's it's Roman.
No, I know. That was
But
a
it's-
callback.
But it's basically like
It was a callback.
I understand what you're saying, but it's Rogaine because they lost the
Patent.
limitations or whatever
The
statute
patent.
of limitations.
It's the patent.
I know, but they lost the statute of limitations.
It's the patent. Expired.
What was that, like Life Plus 70? It's been around that long, or is that songs?
That is copyrights on songs.
So what is it just for regular patents? 30 years?
I don't know. I just know that patents on like pharmaceuticals expire more quickly. That's when you get generics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my salivary glands are just spewing.
Like it just
Yeah.
like there's one of the grease parties in your
Wow.
mouth. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
just spewing. So much saliva. I
Mom-
feel like a dog that's got a piece of grass stuck between my tongue. So much saliva. I'm drooling.
So Mama Grease is holding a bottle of Bellmead honey, fighting a goat in the backyard
Ugh.
while smoking a cigar.
Yeah.
Hell
I can't say this is worth $500.
yeah.
But this is an
I would own it.
incredible whiskey.
I would trade up for it.
Yeah, I'd find a way to, like the paperclip game.
Yeah, here's
You know that?
Here's 5 Blantons.
No, I'm saying the paperclip game. It's like a youth group game. You start off with
like
everyone starts off
gambling?
with a paperclip, and you go on like a scavenger hunt. And you trade up, so you try to get something bigger and better.
Oh,
And there's people that have done this in like life, starting with a paperclip and traded up and like end up with a house. So you just got to trade up until you get this.
You just got to find a charity situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like saying, like, look, I found this like ornament of a deer. I traded up for it.
Yeah.
From like a yo-yo, and I need you to put this in your charity, but actually just give me the money. It ends up going for $500. Now you're off to the races. Now you could probably
you're doing charity fraud. I'm confused.
No, I'm just saying you take out like $100 of it, like nothing crazy.
Yeah,
and you go buy a bunch of jumbo bucks and you roll the dice.
I was prepared to crap on this because Preston said it's like one of his favorites of the year,
right?
And so I was like, okay, Preston, let's pump the brakes here. I know you like good whiskey. I know, but whenever someone goes like that big with something, right? You know, like when they say it's one of my favorites of the year, you're just prepared to be like, okay,
no,
this can't be that great, right?
No,
especially when they put a $500 price tag on it, you expect it to not live up to its price tag.
Like what's a year,
right? Are we talking about year to date or since last June?
Right.
I guess it's August now, so I have to.
Well, it's last July.
Right.
Yeah, when you were celebrating Christmas in July.
Did you get this in your stocking?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah.
Wait, is James trying to get on?
No, that's me texting him the link and are you asleep and him not responding.
He's definitely asleep.
Well, we talked about it over the weekend. So
10-10-3-2-1.
Oakenthieves.com.
Do you remember that?
Yes. It was like a way to collect calls.
Can I tell you a story right now?
There's 10-10-2-20, 10-10-3-2-1.
It's not meant to incriminate me at all.
Yeah.
However, this is a very circuit buy bar pass. I'm a buy at $500.
Oh, gosh.
For a 20-year-old rye that is incredible on the nose and on the palate, I'm still tasting it, Will. I'm going to shoot it, see what kind of situation, because how many people are shooting this?
It's really, really good.
It gives the middle finger to every hand team I've ever had. Let that simmer. And we've had the rye at cast strength.
Now, it is a finished product.
We've had the 8.
So.
Wait, no, it was 13 years old.
And this is 20-year rye finished, by the way.
We had the 13-year-old cast strength rye from Buffalo Trace.
That was incredible.
It was incredible. I can say that seems better than that. Now, it's been a while.
I think those are two different beasts, honestly. This one, you get a lot of the finished notes to it with the flavor of the 20-year rye. I mean, they're just completely different whiskeys.
I shot it.
Man, that Saz 18 that was green caramel apple a couple years back, that was a heck of a product. 90 proof, but a heck of a product.
Yeah, you got to think if you've got that much flavor in something.
I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. First of all,
proof.
I don't know that I'll ever say it's a straight buy at $500. I don't know that I will.
I would trade up. Can we?
Yeah, no, that's I'll allow that. Yeah. But I will say
I will obtain it in some capacity for the retail price.
There are certain whiskeys you happen upon that are just special, and that it becomes a memory. It's something you'll remember. It's a benchmark. Things like that Saz 18 that was the caramel apple is a benchmark rye for me. 2016 Thomas H. Handy, benchmark rye for me. The shark repellent, a 9-year MGP cast strength that was just lights out good, benchmark rye for me. So I think of that. This goes in that category. This is a very memorable whiskey. It is something extremely unique and that I really like. I don't think I can ever in good conscience say this is so good everyone should buy it, because it's kind of like that bottle of the third barrel of the Leiper's pick we did. I know I want a bottle of it, but I don't know that I would say everyone has to have a bottle of this, because much like a polarizing palate, a price tag can be polarizing, and that's not for everyone. Not everyone should go spend $500 on a whiskey. I'm not going to go spend $500 on this whiskey.
Me neither.
If I can find a way, like you said, to trade up multiple bottles, get to it, things I've got, barrel picks I've got, things that can be unique, maybe I'll find a way to do it.
Yeah.
Because I think it is a benchmark whiskey that you could kind of put in your library or your thought or file it away and be like, man, do you remember this? Or when people come over, try this. But $500, I can't just in good conscience say, you need to go buy this. But I do think this is really an exciting whiskey, and I've not expected to be excited about it.
Right.
So,
well,
that's it. That's all I had to say.
I think that's a great explanation. I'm just going to say that I'm going to trade up for it because it's really freaking good.
Yeah, it is. It is really freaking good. Brian Waller said
spice
Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 1 might be my benchmark rye. Okay. I agree with that. That was a lights out, and that was an expensive product. It was $150. And at the time, there weren't a ton of $150, especially ryes, that you walked in and saw. Like, I don't think they'd even made the jump on Boss Hog yet, being in that stratosphere pricing. Right. So it is a unique thing. So even at that is like a benchmark ride. That was a stretch. That was like a whoa. So that's it. We got to get going. We got some videos.
Well, I wanted to see if I had a handy here, but I don't. I gave my last one away. So
at your birthday party, you gave your last handy away.
Yeah. I only had
a few to spare.
Yeah. Just one. I actually just had one.
I thought 2 came back from Trish and Leo.
No, one's a George C. Stagg 2020. Thank God they brought that back. I hid that bottle.
Oh, smart.
I must have been hammered when I gave it to him, or just super generous. And I saw in my head when they were bringing that back to me, which I thought was super kind of them, because I gave it to them for them to review on their show. I saw it, and it's the 130.9 proof or whatever it is, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Oh, no. I literally gave them my favorite whiskey of all time.
You know what my favorite thing is too, though, about this whole thing is that I had this conversation with Leon and Trish brought those 2 back, right?
Yeah.
They hadn't even gotten a chance to review them. They just felt bad that they still had them for so long.
Right.
And then they bring them back and you let someone just take it and go to Waffle House with it.
I know. It's like, well, I viewed it in my head as like, this was a freebie back to me. Yeah. And so then I just
oh my gosh. Preston goes, I love that you said you were peer pressured to give it to me. I asked, is there anything you want to get rid of? And you said, take the hand.
No. I suggested something before that. And he looked at me. He's like, he looked at me like, try better, Grease. And so then I was like, you want to take the handy? He was like, yeah. And then JB was like,
and he said, and then you gave JB the 18-year-old Willet. Oh, that was like that, Grease. That was like $250 worth of Willet, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, retail. Yeah,
retail. Right.
Right. I mean, at a bar, $2,000.
No.
There was a quarter of the bottle left.
That was not $2,000 worth in that bottle.
You're
no.
That's going to be $220 an ounce.
I don't think so. I don't think the markup quite equates it as that much when it's that pricey, because they just won't sell any. The margin, they lower the margin when it's that expensive.
Well, I think whiskey is well accepted right now, and I think that there's a person that can afford something like that walks into every bar every day, especially if they see an 18-year Willet purple top.
No, I'm just talking about them not wanting to leave a $900 retail bottle on. Also, that's $900 retail, so their wholesale cost is going to be lower.
We paid $1,000.
No, we paid $950 plus tax. Yes. Right. So all I'm saying is they probably got it for a on-premise price, which is lower. So no, that was not $2,000 worth of whiskey there. That's all I'm saying. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little shindig we call the podcast. If you're watching live on YouTube, give us a subscription, ring the bell, and give us a thumbs up. If you want some whiskey that we're putting out some exclusive single barrels, go to oakandthieves.com. That's oak and thieves, all spelled out, .com. It's a Patreon site, so it's really easy to work through. You'll understand the thing once you get there. And we've got 2 that dropped today to the first tier. 2 really, really good Starlight picks. One's a
We
double
picked with 15 of our
double
friends.
oaked rye. Yeah, a lot of people from Whiskey Weekend and from Oak and Thieves were there.
Yep.
Check that out. And they will be moving very quickly. And also they're priced very reasonably. So check that out. We're doing that through Sealbox. If you've used them before, there's also instructions on if you're in maybe one of the states that doesn't have direct shipping on how to get your label uploaded to get it shipped right to your door. Check that out, oakandthieves.com.
We also have something super cool coming up in our Patreon at patreon.com/thepodcast.
That supports us directly.
It supports us directly. We have something very unique and cool coming the way of the patrons this fall. So something pretty exclusive.
I can't wait for you to tell me what it is.
I will. I'll tell you after the break, Bob.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. And
we've got some breaking news coming in.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
We don't know Jack,
but we'll drink it.